If you love the Great British Bake Off, well, perhaps you'll want to check out its American cousin. Plus, you may see someone you recognize. The Great American Baking Show is about to kick off its newest season on Roku. And this season features a Madison man who is putting his best skills forward to earn the top prize and bragging rights. And he's sharing what it was like to be on the show.
A ton of trial and error.
Baking is not exactly a piece of cake. Making this top-tier treat requires hours of exact science.
Yeah, I'm tenacious. I want to figure it out. I like the troubleshooting. I like when it goes wrong, and I feel really accomplished when I can figure out why on my own.
That dedication to making his batter better is likely how Daniel Freiburger landed on the newest season of the Great American Baking Show.
To bake in the tent, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Freiburger is a hobby baker who lives in Madison and says it took him a few auditions to finally get on the show.
They ask you all kinds of questions about all disciplines of baking and what's the most advanced pastry you've ever made? What's the most advanced cake you've ever made?
His love of baking actually has about 2 ingredients. 1,
I like to eat, and I have high standards for an excellent baked good.
And 2, a trip to Europe about 10 years ago with his mom and aunt.
And my aunt is gluten-free, so one of the things we found that she could eat was macaroons. So we would go to all kinds of little bakeries and get the macaroons, and then when I got back to central Indiana, I couldn't find any macaroons, and I was like, how hard can it be? I'll just learn to bake those. I've done a cake mix before. Turns out macaroons are notoriously finicky and complex to bake.
Not one to be boxed in by mixes or limitations, Freiburger worked at it over the years, and, as they say, the proof is in the pudding.
This is the big leagues.
Freiburger filmed the Great American Baking Show last summer in England and says he managed to find his way during all of those rigorous challenges. He even met a pair of iconic judges. You know them from the Great British Bake Off, Paul Hollywood and Prue Leith.
It's kind of surreal because you're meeting them for the first time during that first bake. So we had no interactions with them, so you're in the middle of being starstruck at the same time that you're really nervous. It's your first bake in the tent.
Becoming the best at something isn't always an exact science. It's actually a lot of trial, error, and as Freiburger says, a few auditions to get on the Great American Baking Show. He says no matter what, keep trying what you love and just enjoy the process. The rest is icing on the, well, you know.
I think it helped me maybe stretch creatively a little bit more than I thought I would. I kind of thought of myself as it's the chemistry and the science first, and a lot of the challenges challenge you to be really artistic.
You can see Daniel on the new season of the Great American Baking Show on Roku. The premiere is Friday, April 11th.